Okay, so good evening, everyone. Let us start our session today. So yesterday we were discussing some concepts related to filtering. So in filtering, we will try to look at your dimension filter first, and then we will move to your measure filter, your date filters, and we'll try to see some examples. So first, we'll consider one example, and I will try to highlight some concepts in your dimension filter. So what is it we are going to do is we are going to put your profit onto your row shelf, and then I'm going to put my subcategory onto my column shelf, and then I'm going to put my subcategory onto my filter shelf. Okay, so this is the filter window that it is going to open for us. This is your filter window. Now you have a couple of options here in filters. One is a general option. So general option, you can also call it as manual filtering. So you have 4 tabs. You are in the first tab here, which is called as general or manual filtering tab. So first we are going to look at this general tab, and then we'll move towards wildcard, condition, and top filters. So now if I don't want to see subcategory starting with alphabet A, so I can simply uncheck these options. What are those options? Accessories, appliances, and art. I can simply uncheck them and I can press apply. From this visualization, first 3 columns are going to disappear, corresponding to your accessories, appliances, and art. Click on apply and it is gone. It is starting from binders. All the subcategories related to alphabet A, they have disappeared. So I have applied one filter. Now what I can do is I can simply right click and I can select clear filter. So everything is going to come back. So what is that I have to do? I have to simply drop my subcategory onto my filter shelf, and then I have to uncheck these options and I can say apply. Now if I right click my filter and if I select show filter, it is going to show me this separate window for subcategories. So what is that I'm going to do? I can check accessories. Accessories is going to come back here. I can check appliances. Appliances is going to come back. I can check art. Art subcategory is going to come back. So now I have all my subcategories back. So this is called as manual filtering. So if I don't want to see this window, I can simply select and I can select hide card. So this thing is going to disappear from here. So what is it we are trying to understand here? It is a simple case of your dimension filtering. So you have one dimension subcategory onto your filter shelf. So right click here and you can select edit filter, and it is going to give you this filter window, and you can uncheck some of the subcategories and you can apply the logic of filtering. Now what is wildcard? So wildcard is nothing but it is giving us some options. So it is telling us that you can select a value. Say suppose the value I'm going to select is, I want to see only my subcategory starting with alphabet S. Then I'm going to select starts with and I'm going to select S. And when I apply, it is going to only filter out my subcategory storage and supplies. So I can select apply here. These are my two subcategories, storage and supplies. So that is the use of your wildcard option. So I can go back and I can say edit filter. And here I can select my wildcard options and I'm saying starts with S. Now if I don't want this filter, I can simply click on clear and I can say apply. Everything is going to come back. So that is the logic of your wildcard. Now there is another option in wildcard. What is that? I can right click and I can select edit filter here. And then I can go to wildcard and I can select exclude. So now when I select exclude, it is going to exclude all the subcategories starting with alphabet S. And it is going to give me the remaining set of subcategories. Apply and OK. So what is that I'm seeing here? There is no storage and supplies. Those two subcategories are gone. So that is how I can have include, I can have exclude option as part of my wildcard filter. So if I want to see them again, I can go to edit filter and I can select wildcard. I can click on clear option and I can say apply and I can click on OK. Again, my subcategories, storage and supplies are back. So that is the logic. So we have seen two options. One is your manual filtering. One is your wildcard filter. Now what more options do we have here? Let us try to explore. So again, right click here and select edit filter. And then you go to condition option. So in condition option, I can select by field and I'm going to give one condition here. What is that condition? Give me only those subcategories whose profit value is less than 0. So I've selected profit here. I've selected my sum of profit here and less than 0. So when I click on apply, it is only going to give me those subcategories who are making negative profits. So click on apply and I can sort them based on my descending or ascending order. So these are the three subcategories which are making negative profits or they are making losses. That is what you can understand by the condition what you have given. Simple, straightforward condition. Now I can go back and again I can edit my filter and I can say I want to view only profits greater than 0. Click on apply. So these are all my subcategories who are making positive profits. That is, they are actually making your profits. So you can apply simple conditions and you can perform your analysis on your data. That is the goal of trying to apply these different kind of filters. Now, if you want to say, give me those subcategories who are making profits greater than $5,000. Click on apply, click on OK. So automatically it is going to apply your filter and these are the subcategories which are making profits greater than $5,000. So like this, there is always scope for us to understand our data better by applying your filters. You can go in for wildcard, you can go in for manual filtering, you can go in for conditional filtering. All those options are available for us. So we have seen 3 options so far. Now we are going to try to study the 4th option, which is called as top filter. So how do you apply the logic of top filter here? So let us try to understand. I'm going to go here. I'm going to say top, and then I can select by field. Give me my top 5 subcategories. Okay, I can select top here. I can select top 5 subcategories by profits, and I can click on apply, and it is going to give me the list of top 5 subcategories in terms of my profits. So my copiers, phones, accessories, paper, and binders. These are the top 5 categories what I can have in my data. So just like how I have top 5, I can go and change the number there. Okay, I can go and select here top 3. I can click on apply. These are my top 3 subcategories. So just like how I have top 3 categories, I can also talk about bottom 3 categories. I can simply say edit filter, and I can go to top. If I click on this drop down option, I can select bottom, and I can say apply. So what are the bottom 3 subcategories? Envelopes, arts, and labels. These are the least profitable subcategories for me. Okay, so now if you look at this filter here, it is telling us there are 3 subcategories that have been arranged by your profit values, and also you have additional filter here, condition filter. So I'm going to remove that filter, and I'm going to apply. So what has this done for us? It is giving us the least profitable subcategories in terms of your profit numbers in your data. So I have my supplies, bookcases, and tables, which are making negative profits. So that is why I see them in the bottom. So likewise, I can select bottom 5. I can go to top, and I can select bottom 5, and I can say apply. So these are my least profitable subcategories, which are there in bottom 5. My machines, fasteners, supplies, bookcases, and tables. So in order to visualize, I can simply add some profit numbers to my color shelf, and you can get an idea about your least profitable subcategories. So that is how you can try to understand the logic of top and bottom options that you have in your filter shelf. Let us try to look at one more example. What is that example? This time I'm going to deal with my customers. I'm going to put my profit on my row shelf, and then I'm going to put my customer name. So if I put my customer name here, these are all my customer names. So now I want to identify who are my top customers, who are my bottom customers. I want to understand that logic. So now I'm going to put my customer name on my filter shelf, and then I'm going to go to my top filter, and I'm going to select top 5 customers, and you can sort them. These are my top 5 customers. Tamara Chand, Raymond, Sanjit, Hunter, Adrian. These are all my top 5 customers who are giving me maximum profits. So that is how you can apply the same logic of top option, and you can find out who are my top customers. Similarly, just like how I have top customers, I can also apply the logic of bottom 5 customers. These are my bottom 5 customers. So I can add some color to it. Okay, some shade. So I have Henry, Roach, Luke, Grant, and Cindy. These are my bottom 5 customers. So that is the logic of applying these 4 options on your data. So all these things you are applying on dimensions. First dimension where you have applied these filters are subcategory. Second, you have applied it on your customer name. So you are applying on dimensions. So next question is, can I apply these filters on my date filters? So the answer is yes, you can apply these filters on your date. So let us try to see how you can apply on your order date. So create a new worksheet, or you can simply remove this visualization, click on this plus cross mark, and everything will disappear. So now I'm going to drop my profits, and then I'm going to drop my order date. So what is this chart called as? It is called as your discrete line chart. We have already seen this. Now what is it I'm going to do is, I'm going to drill down further. I'm going to take a look at my month-wise information. I don't want my year, I don't want my quarter. So this is the month-wise information for my discrete line chart. And I'm going to convert my discrete line chart into my continuous line chart. Okay, so how do I do that? Simply right click, and I can select from the second shelf, which is corresponding to my month, and which is corresponding to my continuous line chart. So let me click on this month option, and I get my continuous line chart. So how do you recognize it as a continuous line chart? That we have already discussed. Your order date should be in green color. If your order date capsule is in blue color, then it is your discrete line chart. So you can add some text here for some clarity, and this becomes your continuous line chart. Now what is our next course of action? Our next course of action is, you have to apply your order date on filter shelf. So how do you do that? Simply drag and drop your order date on filter shelf, and then you select range of dates and select next. So this filter option is going to open up for us. So what is this filter option telling us? It has different buttons. One is relative dates, a range of dates, starting date, ending date, and special. So we'll try to take a look at one by one what these options are telling us and how we can apply these functions on our data. So range of dates, I can select any date. So if I drag this option here, this becomes my starting date, and this becomes my ending date. So now when I click on apply, and I can simply say show filter. So what is the starting date here? May 2014. That is what you have as starting date here. So from May 2014, okay, till December 2017. This is what you have your data. So now if I move this, my starting date will become January 2015. So from January 2015 till December 2017. So I can set up my range of dates, and I can apply my filters. and automatically my underlying data is going to change. Similarly, I can go back and I can select edit filter, and here I can select the option of starting date. So I can fix my starting date here, August 2014. I can select apply. So automatically my fixed start date will be August 2014 and my ending date will remain as December 2017. So I can set up one start date and I can see how my profits have performed during those months or during those years. That is the purpose of applying your filters. Similarly, you can go back and you can select edit filter, and here you can select ending date. Now you are going to fix your ending date. So my ending date is Jan 2017. So you can select apply. So Jan 2017 is the last date that you're interested for analyzing your data, and this becomes your starting date. January 2014 till January 2017, I want to understand the performance of my profits for my company. So these are simple options that you can make use of, and you can understand your data by applying the logic of your filter on order date. So we have seen three options here. What are those options? We have seen range of dates, starting date, ending date, etc. Now what is the special option that we have here? Click on that. So it is giving us the option of null dates, non-null dates, and all dates. So when I click on null dates, it is going to display all those null values corresponding to my date column in my visualization. So if I want to only understand what are those null values in my data, I can use this option special and I can apply this logic. So when I say apply, what is happening? Everything is disappearing. Why do you think everything is disappearing? Because there are no null values in this data set. That is why everything is gone. So if you want to bring them back, simply you can go here and you can select all dates and you can say apply. Everything is going to come back. So that is the function of using special. And now what more can we do? You can go to edit filter and you can select relative dates. So what is relative date? It is nothing but relative to some year or some month or some week or some days. So I have these options here. So among these options, I'm going to select years. So under years, what is that I can select? I can select relative to today. What is today's date? Okay, October 28th, 2020. So relative to today's date, I want information for last 3 years. So I want information for 2020, 2019 and 2018. Last 3 years. So let us try to apply this logic and see what data it is going to give us. Apply and OK. Why do you think is everything disappearing? What is the reason for this? Because your data set is only having values up till 2017 December. Because it does not have data for 2018, 19 and 20. Everything is disappearing. So you cannot see anything here. So now, if I say last 4 years, if I go to edit filter and if I select last 4 years and say apply, I'm going to get data for year 2017, January till December. If I say last 5 years, it is going to give me data from 2016 January onwards. So it is going to give you the years from January 2016 to December 2020. So relative to your current year. That is the logic of relative dates. So now what I can do here is I can go here, I can say edit filter, and then I can set up my date. I can say 2017, okay, and I want my December 31st, and I want last 4 years. So 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, and I can say apply. So from 2014 January till 2017 December, you have all your values, and you can simply click on this drop down option and you can select. This is the time span, January 2014 to December 2017. So that is how you can apply your filters on your date dimension. Now, what more you can do here? So I can create a new worksheet. This time, instead of applying a filter on my date, I am going to apply my filter on measures. So what is that I can do here? I can bring my order date. I can drill down the information, and I can convert this into a continuous line chart, and I can add some text. So now, what is the purpose? I want to add my filter on measures. So profit is a measure what I'm using here. I can put my profit on filter shelf, and then I can select sum. Click on next. So this filter is very similar to what we have seen in the previous example. This is exactly like your date filter. So you have range of values, you have at least value, at most value, and special. So I can select my range of values and I can say apply. I can say show filter. This is my filter, and I can simply hover this option, and this is the minimum value of profits what I want to see. I want to see in which year I've been able to achieve a minimum value of $2,900. Maximum value 17,885. That is what you're able to see. So these are the range of profits that I can see by applying the filter of profit. Now, what more can I do here? I can explore all the different options that I have. So let us try to see what are these options. So when I right click here and select edit filter, I can select least value, and I can set up some least value here. I can give 0 and I can say apply. So I'm able to see only profits with a minimum value of 0 across all my years, and I can check in which months I've been able to achieve positive profits. So if you look at this, profit over here, it is telling us the minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 17,885. So this is your profit card. So just like how you have set a minimum value for your profits, you can also set a maximum value for your profits. So how do you do that? I can go to edit filter and I can select at most value. So at most value I want 10,000. Okay, yeah. Click on apply, and maximum value is 10,000. So this is the maximum range up to which I want to see in my profits. So I can know in which months I have attained the maximum profit up to a limit of $10,000. So I've seen range of values. I've seen my minimum value. I've seen my maximum profit filter. And then you have your special. Special will again do the same application for us. If there are any null values corresponding to your profit column, you can simply select this null value option and you can say apply. So why do you think everything is disappearing here? Because there are no null values related to your profit column. So if you want to make them appear again, you can simply click on this, select edit filter and select all values. Click on apply and you're going to go back to your original profit related data and you can observe what is the pattern for profits over 4 years. So this is the objective of applying your filters on your dimensions, on your dates, on your measures. So all these options are available to us and you can analyze your data based on the logic. So now with this understanding, let us proceed and try to understand hierarchical filters. So let us see how you can create hierarchical filters in 2 ways. So one is the new way, another is the old way. So first I'm going to explain you the old way. So for explaining the old way, I'm going to put my profits on my row shelf and then I'm going to bring my category. I'm going to bring my subcategory and now I can put my category onto my filter shelf. I can say apply, I can say OK, and I can put my subcategory onto my filter shelf again. I can say apply, I can say OK, and then I can simply right click and I can select show filter. So this filter is going to appear here. And again I can right click and say show filter. Again this filter is going to appear. So I have my subcategory card, I have my category card. So I can drag my category and put it on top of my subcategory. So now I'll try to highlight you the aspect of hierarchical filter. So for hierarchical filter, observe what is that I'm going to do. When I uncheck this option furniture here, there is some action which is happening on your canvas. So there is no furniture related subcategories visible to me on my canvas. Only I have subcategories related to office supplies and technology. So in technology, I have accessories, copiers, machines, and phones. And in office supplies, I have appliances, art, binders, envelopes, fasteners, labels, and office supplies and technology. But if you look at your subcategory is not reflecting the change what you have made to your subcategories. It should only display me subcategories related to office supplies and technology, but it's also displaying me subcategories related to furniture category. So now if I want my subcategory filter to also reflect the changes, to show only office supplies related information and also technology related information. So what is it I have to do? Simply click on this drop down option and select only relevant values. So when I click on only relevant values, now you see your subcategory shelf is only reflecting the subcategories which are present in your office supplies and technology. Again, try out office supplies. Now you observe this is automatically changing for us. So I have my accessories here, my copiers here, my machines here, my phones here. Similarly, I have my accessories, my copiers, my machines and phones. So that is what I can see. Now, when I uncheck this option, everything is gone. When I click on furniture, it is only going to show me bookcases, chairs, furnitures, and tables. I have only bookcases, chairs, furnitures, and tables. So that is how it is working as a hierarchy for you. So parent-child relationship, category is your parent and subcategory is your child. So that is how you can create your hierarchical filter in this manner. You have to simply go here and select only relevant values. This is one way of creating your hierarchical filter. This is the old way. Now, what is the new way of creating that? Create a new worksheet. And I'm going to create a hierarchy first. So I have to go to category and I can say hierarchy, create a hierarchy. Product. And then I can say hierarchy. I can select add to hierarchy product. Then it is the same procedure. Drop your profits onto your row shelf. Drop your category onto your column shelf. Drop your subcategory onto your column shelf. And now I'm going to drop my category onto my filter shelf. Click on apply, click on OK. I'm going to drop my subcategory onto my filter shelf. Click on apply, click on OK. And then right click and select show filter. And I can right click and again I can say show filter. And then I can simply put this on top. So now observe what is going to happen. So when I only uncheck furniture, you see it is only displaying automatically. It is displaying your subcategory filter for us. So technology, when I click, it is showing as accessories, copiers, machines, and phones. So this has become automatic for us. So why do you think it has become automatic for us? Because we have created hierarchy first. So just because we have created hierarchy, you are able to see this parent-child relationship, and you don't have to go and select only relevant values. So you don't have to select that. So this is the new way of creating your hierarchical filters. We saw the old way, we saw the new way. Any which way is fine, as long as you are able to get your results. So these are the options which are available to us in your hierarchical filters. So next, we'll try to understand the concept of groups. How can you create your groups? So create a new worksheet. And I'm going to put my profits onto my column shelf. And I'm going to put my subcategories onto my row shelf. Here, what is it I'm going to do? I'm going to create a group of subcategories which are making negative profits. So how do I do that? Press Ctrl on your keyboard, click on the first option, click on supplies, click on bookcases. And then you see this hair clip icon here. This hair clip icon is telling us that there is a possibility for you to group your members. So I click on this hair clip icon. So now what is that you can see here? It has formed a group. Bookcases, supplies, and tables. So I can change the name for the group what I've created. I have to go to edit alias. When I click on edit alias, I can give it some name. I'm giving it negative profits. Click on OK. So now the blue color is representing negative profits. I can create another group now. I can select these subcategories and I can click on this hair clip icon here and I can call this group as less profits. So I have less profits, orange. I have negative profits, blue color, and then I have others which are showing positive profits. So less profits, negative profits, and high profits. So this is one way of creating your groups. You can create your groups from marks or observations. This is the first way of creating your groups. Now, what is another way of creating your groups? Create a new worksheet, put your profits, and then put your subcategories. And I'm going to create my groups from headers. So how do I create that? I can select my tables, select your supplies, and select your bookcases. And click on this hair clip option, and you'll be able to create group from headers. So you have your group here, bookcases, supplies, and tables. I can simply right click here and I can select edit alias. I can say negative profits. So I have my negative profits here and I can simply put my profit onto my color shelf. And this is how I can create one group, negative profits. So this way of creating your groups is called as grouping from headers. So you have seen grouping from mark labels, you have seen grouping from headers. Now let us try to see how you can create your groups in a different way. I'm going to create my custom groups. So how do we create that? Create a new worksheet, put your profits onto your column shelf, put your subcategory onto your row shelf, and then I'm going to go to my subcategory. Right click on your subcategory and you have an option called as create group. So click on create group here and you can give it some name, cust underscore groups, and you can select these options: accessories, appliances, art, binders, bookcases. And I can select this option called as group and I can rename this. I can call it as A and B and I can press enter. So the name of this group is A and B. So this is a custom group what I can create. Similarly, I can create a group C, E, and F. I can click on this. I can change the name C, E, and F. I can press enter. So this is another group what I've created, C, E, and F. Similarly, I can create another group I can say rename. I can go here and I can select others and I can press enter. When I click on apply and I can say OK. So this is the group what I've created, cust underscore groups. Now I can simply drag it and drop it here in front of my subcategory. So what is that you're seeing? You're seeing A and B. This is a custom group what you've created. C, E, and F. This is again another custom group what you've created. This is others. This is another custom group what you have created. So basically you have created groups in three different manners. One from your mark labels, two from your headers, and three you have created your custom groups. So groups are static in nature. So what do you mean by static in nature? Now fasteners is making very less profits here. Okay, $950. Maybe next quarter, if your fasteners is making losses, then you have to manually drag and drop your fasteners from less profits to negative profits. So fasteners is changing from less profits group to negative profits group. So it is a manual process what you have to do. That is why groups are static in nature. They don't change automatically. So to overcome this drawback of groups, what is that we are interested in? We are interested in understanding a concept called as sets. So we'll try to focus on how you can create your sets and what is the logic of sets. So create a new worksheet and then put your profits onto your row shelf. And I'm going to bring my customer name onto my columns. So these are all your customer names. So what is that I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a set for my top 5 customers or maybe top 7 customers. And I'm going to show you what are the benefits of creating a set. All I have to do is click on my customer name and I have to select create set. Okay, here give it some name. Okay, top underscore cust. Go to top, select by field. Okay, I want to see my top 7 customers. Click on. Okay, I'm changing the name to top underscore cust 7. Click on OK. So this is my set what I've created here. So I can simply drag and drop this set onto my filters. And I click on the displaying order. So these are my top 7 customers. So now what is the advantage of set is, set can give you what group cannot help us. That means groups are static in nature, sets are dynamic in nature. So in next quarter, if Tamara Chand moves to second position in terms of profits for your company, then it is automatically going to change and it is going to give you the top 7 customers. That is the advantage of set over groups. Sets are dynamic in nature. And also, set is going to give you an option of show members in and out of set. So what do you mean by this show members in and out of set? So I will highlight you in just a moment. So now I have selected the option of show members in and out of set. So you'll be able to appreciate the logic when I drop my set onto my color shelf. So these are my top 7 customers. They are present inside my set. Who are the members present outside my set? All the others are present outside my set. So this is the flexibility what your set is going to give us. You can see both members who are present inside your set as well as members who are present outside your set. Now what more can I do here? So just like how we have created your top 7 customers, I'm going to create my bottom 7 customers. So how do I do that? I'm going to bring my profits, bring your customer name onto your column shelf, and then you can put your customer, you can go to your customer name, and I can select create set, and I can select bottom underscore cust 7, and I can go to top, I can select by field, I can select bottom here, and I can select 7. Click on OK. So I have my set here, bottom underscore cust 7. So I can simply put this on my filter shelf, and it is going to give me my bottom 7 customers. So just like I have top 7, I have my bottom 7 customers, and set is going to give me the option of exploring members in and out of set. So I can select in, I can select out, and I can click on OK. And then you will be able to appreciate the logic when I put my bottom 7 onto my color shelf. So these are all the members who are present outside the set. These are the members who are present inside the set. My bottom 7 customers and my top 7 customers. Now the typical question is, can I see both my bottom 7 customers and top 7 customers in one canvas? So the answer is yes, it is possible for us to see your bottom 7 and top 7 customers in one canvas. So what is that we are going to do? Create a new worksheet and put your profits onto your row shelf and put your customer name onto your column shelf. So now based on our understanding so far, what is that we can do? We can simply perform a simple operation of putting your top customers set onto your filter shelf, top underscore cust 7, and based on the logical understanding I have, what is that I can do? I can simply put my bottom underscore cust 7 onto my filter shelf. Observe closely what is going to happen. Everything is gone. So why this is not happening is the next question. Ideally, it should give me, when I put these two sets in my filter shelf, it should give me the result of my top 7 customers and bottom 7 customers. So what is the reason for this? The reason is very simple, that you have to create some interaction between these two sets. Because there is no interaction, that is why you are not able to see any visualization on your screen. So how do we create this interaction? You have to call something called as combined set. What is it? Remove these two things and then remove this thing. Go to your top or bottom, anything you can do. So you can go here and there is an option called as create combined set for you. So when you click on this option, create combined set, and you can give it some name. Okay, top and bottom 7, and now you see there are multiple options available for us. What are those options? First one is A union B. Okay. Second one is A intersection B. Third one is only A. Fourth one is only B. This is your A. This is your B. So I want my top 7 and bottom 7. So what is it I'm going to select? A union B. So I have to select this option here under A, top underscore cust 7, and I have to select bottom underscore cust 7 under B. Then it is going to give me both top 7 customers and my bottom 7 customers. That is the logic what we are going to apply here. So let us try to do that. So you can select from the drop down option, you can select bottom 7 and you can simply click on OK. So when you click on OK, there is a combined set what you have created, top and bottom 7. So now what is that we have to do? We have to simply drag and drop your top and bottom 7 onto filter shelf. Now observe what it is giving us. Simply arrange in descending order. And you have your top 7 customers and you have your bottom 7 customers. So how is this possible? This is possible based on the logic of combined sets. So now if you want to add some color to your visualization, you can simply put your profits onto color shelf, and these are your top 7 customers and these are my bottom 7 customers. So that is the logic of how you can apply your sets and make it more dynamic and you can perform your analysis. So we'll pause here and attendance sheet will be circulated to you. So please fill in the details in the attendance sheet and I'll come back at 8:15 and I will discuss with you what are parameters. Okay, so please fill in your details in the attendance sheet and I'll see you all again at 8:15. So let us proceed. So what is it we'll try to understand here is the concept of parameters. So parameters are going to help us in giving the end control to user. So far, what is it we have been doing? We have been hard coding some values. What is the value we have been hard coding? Top 5 customers, top 7, top 9, top 3. So we were giving some hard coded value like this. So if my end objective is not to give a hard coded value, so I want to give the control to user, and I would expect him to give any number, and accordingly my visualization should change. That is what I'm going to do now. So with the help of parameters, I'm going to make things more dynamic in nature. I'm not going to hard code the values. So how do we create that is as follows. So I'm going to put my profits, and then I'm going to put my customer name, and put your customer name onto your filter shelf. And then what is it you're going to do is go to top and then select by field. Instead of hard coding any number here, previously we were hard coding some numbers. Click on this drop down option, and then you see something like create a new parameter. So here give it some name. Okay, I'm giving top customer. This is the name I'm giving, and then I have these options available to me. So one by one we'll try to explore what are these options. So you have an option called range, then you have an option called as list, and then you have an option called as all. So under range, I have these values. So I can set up a maximum value. I can set up a minimum value. So let us try to do that. I'm going to set up my maximum value as 1, minimum value as 1, maximum value as 10, and I can click on OK. And I can click on apply. So if you look at this logic, what is happening here? I'm going to remove this. I'm going to put my top customer onto my filter shelf. Apply. Going to set it up here, my top customer, and apply. So what is that I've done here is I have simply created a parameter for me. What is that parameter? If you come down here, I have created something called as top customer, and I've said show parameter. So this filter customer name is actually being controlled by a parameter. What is that parameter? Parameter is top customer. Previously, we were actually hard coding these values. Now, what is going to happen? Observe. When I simply change these values. I'm going to sort it first on descending order. It is going to give me my top 9 customers. It is going to give me my top 8 customers, top 7 customers, top 4 customers, top 2 customers. So what is it you're doing? You have given the end control to the user. Previously, I was hard coding my values, but now there is an alternative. You can give the end control to the user or your client, and he can select who are the top few customers. He can simply apply the concept of parameters, and he can operate the filter based on your parameters. So apart from this slider option, I can use my type in option. If I type in some value, if I say top 10 customers, it is going to give me my top 10 customers. If I say top 1 customer, it is going to give me the top 1 customer. So what are the range of values that you have selected here? The range of values what you have selected are 1 to 10. Now if I give 20, it is not going to take. Let us try to give 20 here. It is not taking. If I give 25, it will not take, because the range of values what you have given are only between 1 to 10. That is the logic. So now I can go back here and I can simply edit. Instead of giving the range of values, I can select the list of values. So here I can remove these things first, and then I can add some values 1, 5, 10, 15. Okay. Then I have 15, then 20, 25. And then I can select OK. So now I can give only these values. If I give anything apart from these values, it is not going to work. So if I give 5, it is going to work. If I give 10, it is going to work. If I give 25, it is going to give me my top 25 customers. If I give 27, it is not going to work. It is going to go back to 25, you see. If I give 18, it is not going to work, because there are only list of values that I can make use of. So when I click on this drop down option, I have something called a single value list. So when I click on my single value list, I have these options. I can select 1, I can select 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Accordingly, it is going to change. So that is the logic. These are the list of values what you have mentioned in your parameters. So you have seen range, you have seen list of values. So what is your ultimate objective? Ultimate objective is the end control is being given to user. Your client is having the end control. He can check how many ever customers he wants. Similarly, I can go here and I can select edit, and I can select all option. I have seen my range option, I have seen my list option, I have seen all option. So when I select all, and now if I top 50 customers, it is going to show me top 50 customers. So if you want to know who is the top 50th customer, answer is Grace Kelly. If I want to know who is my top 35th customer, answer is Penelope. If I want to know my top 5th customer, answer is Adrian Barton. So you have these options under your parameters. You have option range, you have option list, you have option. Under range, we also have something called as step. What is step? If I give step size of 1 and if I start from number 1 onwards, the next number will be 1 plus 1, which is 2. Next number will be 2 plus 1, 3. Next number will be 3 plus 1, 4. If I give a step size of 2, first number will be 1, second number will be 1 plus 2, 3. Third number will be 3 plus 2, 5. Third number will be 5 plus 2, 7. Like that it is going to be. So where can you see the step size? You can see the step size here. Click on edit and go back to range, and here you can see. So I can set up some minimum value, I can set up some maximum value, and I can also set up some step size. So basically you can control your end values coming from your customer or client or vendor or whoever it is. So far, what is it we have discovered? We have discovered that some concepts like your filters, your groups, your sets, your parameters. So parameters, with the help of parameters, we have seen we can make it dynamic. Now I can also control my 2 sheets with the help of parameters. So I can control 2 worksheets. Say suppose I'm creating a new worksheet, and then I'm going to put my profits here. I'm going to put my customer name here, and I'm going to say customer name on my filter shelf, and then go to your top condition by field, select your parameter top customer, click on apply, click on OK. Sort them based on your descending order. This is sheet 41, this is sheet 40. So if I change anything in sheet number 40, if I make it top 55 customers, my sheet number 41 is also going to change. Okay, so if I make any changes here, 20, these are my top 20 customers. My sheet 41 is also going to change. So if you look at the last value here, it is Helen. If you look at your sheet value 41, the last value is Helen. So you can control 2 of your worksheets with the help of your parameters. So if I want to control 2 worksheets, I can make use of the same parameter, top customers. But if I want to keep my worksheets different from each other, then I can create a new parameter for sheet number 41. And I can create my own analysis in sheet number 41. So sheet number 41 and sheet number 40 will be independent of each other because they are being controlled by 2 different parameters. If you want to keep them same, then you can control using the same parameter. If you want to keep them different, you can create 2 different parameters for 2 different sheets, and you can perform your analysis. So this is the concept of your parameters. So with this, we can break for the day here and we can continue our discussion tomorrow with a new topic, and we can proceed with our understanding of Tableau. So thanks for your time today, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Till then, take care everyone, and bye.